your name?
I'm here representing Brian Musgrove.
You're Brian Musgrove?
I'm here representing.
I have no idea what that means, so why don't you come up to the podium?
I tried to.
Nope, yeah, stand in front of the thing. So what is your name?
Brian Joseph Musgrove.
Okay, are you an attorney? What's your P number?
I'm not an attorney.
So then you can't represent Brian Musgrove. So you are a defendant, correct?
I'm an executor on that estate.
Okay, so none of that is valid or legal. So you have an attorney?
He's not doing nothing for me.
Okay, that was my question. Do you have an attorney, yes or no?
I have, yeah, he was supposed to be representing me, but.
So you have Michael Dagger Margosian. Okay, so he's your attorney.
No, not the I'm here representing myself playbook. Every time someone pulls a sovereign citizen act, chaos is coming to judge, asks a simple question, and dude's already dodging it like it's a subpoena. Buckle up.
Go have a seat. When Mr. Dagger Margosian gets here, I'll call your case, okay? So, Mr. Musgrove, you want to come up to the podium, please. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Brian Joseph Musgrove, file number 23-21461FH. I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people, and I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Musgrove. Mr. Dagger Margosian oh, there he is. So, Mr. Dagger Margosian, this is a date and time set for pre-trial in this matter. Mr. Musgrove said that he was appearing on his own behalf. I did verify he is not an attorney, and you are still the attorney of record. So, Mr. Dagger Margosian, how do you wish to proceed?
Well, Your Honor, I am aware that Mr. Musgrove wants to present information to the court. I'm happy to be standby counsel if he wants to represent himself. Obviously, this court would have to go through the colloquy of that, but obviously it's Mr. Musgrove's legal right to at least ask the court to do that. So I'm here to observe at this point.
And there it is, a sovereign citizen starter pack denial of legal identity, refusal of legal counsel, and a claim that the court has no jurisdiction. The poor public defender looks like he just wants to disappear into the bench. You can hear the judge's patience thinning. When
you were at the bench or up at the podium before, you said that you were appearing on behalf of yourself. So, Mr. Musgrove, are you asking to no longer have counsel represent you?
Well, what I'm understanding is that the courts is a private for-profit.
So, Mr. Musgrove, I know where you're going with this, and none of that is valid. None of that is law.
I'm not the all caps name. Of course,
none of that is valid. None of that is law. You are standing in my courtroom. I have jurisdiction over you. So,
I tried to file paperwork with the clerk's office ahead of time so that you would have time to review it, and they denied me.
I know what you're talking about. None of that is valid under the law of the state of Michigan or the Constitution of the United States of America.
What do you mean it is?
No.
The Supreme Court says it is.
What does it say it is?
The Supreme Court says that if we were at the age of 18, we were supposed to claim our minor status.
Nope, not valid.
Okay.
So here's what I would say to you. Mr. Dagger Margosian is, like most of our public defenders, exceptional attorneys and very well versed in the law and very experienced. He gives legal advice. You may not like the legal advice, but it's usually good advice. I've never had anyone from the public defender's office not wholeheartedly try to represent their clients. So what you are talking about is not valid, and it is not going to get you out of this case. You're not going to be able to say all those things because it's not valid.
Everyone involved in this court case has a financial interest in the case.
I don't have a financial interest in your case. I get paid by the state of Michigan, whether you plead, whether it gets dismissed. I don't make any money off you. We have budgets. The court system is not a profit-generating revenue. We are here to represent people so that people who are charged with crimes are protected. People who are victims of crimes are protected. And that's why we have
But in
all
order
these.
for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. There is no.
Well, there is a victim in this case.
Judge Middleton is done playing games. He's throwing legal truth bombs and breaking down why none of the sovereign citizen talk holds up the court isn't a business, bro. That line alone dismantled his entire TikTok legal theory, and the way she calls out the financial interest claim savage.
It would be the company. and the
You
company-
are charged.
I can't face. the
Actually,
company.
just hold on. So your crime that you are charged with, which you are innocent as of this time, let me grab the right file, is failure. Oh, this is let me see. This is an embezzlement charge. So you are charged in count one with embezzlement 50,000 or more, but less than 100,000. That being an agent, servant, or employee of Hardwoods of Michigan Industries did convert to your own use without the consent of your employer or principal industrial tools and equipment in the amount of $68,938.40 or money or equipment. And that's a 15-year felony. So if you are found guilty by a jury, you can go to prison for up to 15 years. You're charged in count two with using a computer to commit a crime. To facilitate the charge in count one, that carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years in prison. And the way the statute's set up, I can actually stack those possibly. So you potentially could be looking at up to.
Or now the real weight drops embezzlement of nearly $70,000 and potential 25 years in prison. All that courtroom theatrics might have just dug him deeper. It's one thing to talk crazy. It's another to do it when you're staring down felony charges.
So the victim that's alleged in this would be that business.
Right, and I can't face that accuser because that business can't get on the stand for me to ask questions, and a third party.
But their
can't stand
representative
it.
can. Yes, they can.
They
Yes, they
can?
can. Yes, they
Okay.
can. So I have 189,000 of student loan debt that was forgiven to be a lawyer. You do not. And Mr. Dagger Margosian, Mr. Isaac Sneed, all of the attorneys here went to law school to know the law, and their job is to advise you of the law. So
Yeah,
yes, they
they're
can.
going-
Yes,
They're
you
going
can
by
be charged.
everything, all
You
the
can't-
laws and statutes that you guys go by
Are
for
legal.
corporations. They're for fixed.
Still a crime. Still a crime.
But I'm not
Still a
a business
crime.
corporation, I'm a living person.
Yep, and that's why you're standing in front of me. If you were dead, the case would be dismissed.
Yeah, the all cap name is that.
That means nothing. That's not.
And here comes the classic of corporation. Can't be a victim, my guy, the law. Doesn't care what TikTok told you this ain't a TED Talk at the courtroom. And that I'm a living person line, Judge Middleton shut it down, instantly brutal.
Legal. So, do you want to represent yourself or do you want to have an attorney to represent you?
I need some time to think.
Okay, so I'm going to set this for another pretrial on March 20th at 8:30 in the morning. And Miss Adams, could I get a notice of hearing for Mr. Musgrove?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Musgrove, have a seat on that bench right behind you. And then Miss Adams will give my bailiff a notice of hearing, and my bailiff will provide that notice of hearing to you. Mr. Dagger Margosian.
And now, after all that noise, he wants more time to think, sir. What is there to think about? You're on a sinking ship. And the judge just handed you a lifeline in the form of legal representation. This ain't the time for sovereign soul-arching due.
Any other matters in my court this morning?
Yes, yeah.
We're here for a pretrial today, and apparently Mr. Shaw refused to sign his advice of rights form.
I didn't refuse to sign anything.
Oh, that's what the note on my file says.
They think that's an alias. They trying to say they trying to say my real name Adams and destroy Yolanda Adams, but Ice-T little brother, my daddy, and I get his last name, ma'am. I did not refuse to sign anything. They trying to make me put Adams on there.
All right. Well, thank you for that information, sir.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if we can proceed without that. The offer is a civil infraction to impeding traffic, I believe, Mr. Barnett. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So, sir, they're indicating that they're offering you an impeding traffic, which is a civil infraction. That's a fines and costs matter. which, okay, the fine will be $180. Are you willing to admit responsibility to the impeding traffic, sir?
I ain't paying it. They can give me jail time.
Well, you can't get jail time for.
Oh, I just owe it. I owe it to them. They get it when they get it.
Miss Muller?
Sorry, Your Honor. I did advise Mr. Shaw that it would be a fines and cost matter when we were in a breakout room. I don't know if maybe we could ask for one more breakout room. That would be helpful to Mr. Shaw. Or if not, we may have to adjourn the matter.
I don't think it's going to make much of a difference with Mr. Shaw that you have another breakout room, to be honest.
You know it don't.
I will give you that. Okay. I'll pass this for a moment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The court will recall the matter of Jermaine Shaw, case number 23W004577.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Allison Muller here on behalf of Mr. Shaw. Mr. Shaw, could you have the jail and me?
Okay, the vibe shift here is insane. Shaw drops in like a side character from a comedy sketch. Ice-T's brother bro refuses to sign his legal name, refuses the traffic fine, and somehow still expects a judge to take him seriously. I can't.
State your name for the record, please.
You need to have them unmute you, sir. There you go. Now, can you state your name?
Jermaine Shaw. Shawshank Redemption. I have Ice-T little brother's last name.
Thank you. Miss Muller.
Your Honor, I'd ask for an adjournment here. Mr. Shaw did indicate to me at the end that he would like to just plead to the misdemeanor. He believes he's going to be serving some time, but I'd like a chance to speak with his felony attorney and maybe see what direction they're headed with that before I have him plead to anything on this.
It makes sense. I will adjourn this. Objection?
Oh, no objection. Yeah, no objection to that.
I'll adjourn it. When is his next court date on the felony? Because this case is not holding him in custody. Do you know your next court date, Mr. Shaw?
I think it's the 5th. I think I got one on the 5th and the 7th.
Okay.
The 5th sounds... It looks like March 5th. That's correct.
Right. And that's a what, pretrial?
Yes.
Right.
At 1:30.
We'll put it over to March 13th, 2024 at 9 a.m. We'll see you then, okay, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shank Redemption. He really said it. At this point, we've gone from courtroom drama to Netflix comedy. Special as public defender deserve a bonus. Honestly, the judge stayed shockingly calm through all of